now Mr. Starmer, Mr. Macron threatening to my country by nuke. Why? We will kill you all.
Keir Starmer may have been keeping a low profile over the past few days, but that hasn't stopped Russia from taking notice of his recent remarks. In a dramatic turn of events, Evgeny Popov, an MP from Vladimir Putin's United Russia Party, has publicly lashed out at the UK Prime Minister, issuing a stern and direct warning on live television. The comments come at a time of heightened geopolitical tensions, raising questions about how the Labour government's stance on Russia is being perceived on the world stage. Is Starmer already making enemies abroad? And what does this reaction from Moscow mean for Britain's foreign policy? In today's video, we'll be watching and reacting to the footage, breaking down exactly what was said, and what it could mean for the UK moving forward. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our fast-growing community. Let's dive in.
We don't want to be at war forever. We didn't want this war. You should understand our main goal is security guarantees for Russian people. NATO infrastructure is going closer and closer to our borders, and Ukraine is a direct threat to our security. And now we are trying to get security guarantees agreement with the United States, and we've seen at least 2 meetings between US officials and Russian officials, and we're trying to reach some agreement.
Yesterday, for example, your country sent missiles to bomb a hotel which was being used by aid workers in President Zelensky's hometown. This is not the actions of a country that wants peace.
That's not true completely, because we're not attacking. We not attack civilian infrastructure. We're just firing on military infrastructure, on some energy infrastructure, which helps to Ukraine to produce some weapon. That's why we must attack any industrial infrastructure which is works for Ukrainian army. That's we are not attack civilians. It's not our.
Well, I mean, tens of thousands of civilians have died.
Of course.
You're clearly a direct threat to Ukraine, as has been evidenced by the fact that Russia invaded as the main aggressor 3 years ago.
We're not aggressor. We are defending our land, defending our people, defending Russian language, defending Russian culture, defending Russian state.
What concessions is Russia willing to offer in order to get this peace deal?
We're not going to offer you anything. You must offer us peace. You are delivering weapons, missiles, tanks, artillery to Ukrainians.
You're delivering missiles into the capital cities and major cities of Ukraine.
And what? Because special military operation is in progress. And we are fighting for our security guarantees.
But as a direct result of this war, Russia has lost out. Sweden and Finland, who were very cautious about joining NATO, have now joined. The Baltic Sea is now a NATO lake. You've lost out through this aggression.
You can do nothing with Russia. You should understand it. You don't powerful enough to impact on my people's life. You can do nothing with Russia. You should negotiate with Russia. But now, Mr. Starmer, Mr. Macron threatening to my country by nuke. Why? We will kill you all if you will try to bomb us by nuclear bombing, a nuclear weapon.
I mean, you talked about threats. You've just threatened to kill us all.
Have you heard Macron's address to the nation 2 days ago?
A nuclear defense umbrella. It's about deterrence.
He told the world that Russia is a threat, and we should defeat Russia.
Nobody in Europe wants a single centimeter squared of Russian territory. You know, this whole situation is such a tragedy. Tragedy for your country, your economy is on its knees.
I'm agree with you. Look at your food inflation for last month.
Well, look at your food inflation. Your interest rates are at 21%. Your war economy is running out of steam.
And what? We are at war. We are at war. And of course, we have some problems with economy, but you can do nothing with that. And we will fix it. You know that Russian people live pretty good. And our economy is recovering. Your sanctions is nothing. Nobody feel it here.
Well, hang on a minute. President Trump has just today, as you will know, said he's considering large-scale further banking sanctions and tariffs if Russia doesn't agree to a peace deal.
And what it looks like, it sounds like a mockery, because you already put all sanctions you could. And we live under sanctions for decades. We have our own credit card system. We have a stable ruble. We have enough food. We have enough money in the hand of our population. Of course, we have some problems in our economy, but it's not so big as you want. And but again, we are ready to talk. We are ready to negotiate peace. But you should guarantee us security. That's it. You should not threat to us by your nuke, by your armies, by your tanks. It's easy.
Okay. The British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said he's willing to put British troops in Ukraine as peacekeepers after any deal.
It's unacceptable. British troops will be direct target for our missiles. You will get coffins in return. That's it.
Is Donald Trump considered by you a friend of Russia?
Of course not. Of course not. How can be how he can be a friend if he is tanks right now on a battlefield and killing my people?
But Donald Trump is somebody whom your president can do business with, evidently.
We're gonna do business with anybody who wants to get business with us. It's our position. We didn't refuse to talk for last years, and we were ready to talk with anybody.
Mr. Popov, thanks very much for joining us from Moscow. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Police have recovered a body from the River Thames after launching a manhunt in search of the perpetrator who shot a woman at a Kent pub on Valentine's Day in Knockholt. Kent police confirmed that the corpse is being linked to an investigation into the murder of Lisa Smith, 43, who was shot dead in a shocking attack outside the Three Horseshoes pub. Police have recovered a body from the River Thames after launching a manhunt in search of the perpetrator who shot a woman at a Kent pub on Valentine's Day in Knockholt. The suspect, called Edvard Stockings or Smith, was believed to have been known to the deceased, and upon investigations that same evening, officers discovered an abandoned car along the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. Such circumstances led officials to believe that the suspect had fallen into the water. The car was found to contain a handgun, and a man was seen by witnesses on the wrong side of the barrier. A body has now been recovered by police near Rainham, although it is yet to be formally identified. The suspect's family has been informed of the news. Kent police said, "A body has been recovered by police from the River Thames, which is being linked to a murder investigation in Knockholt." On Friday, 14th February 2025, Lisa Smith, 43, was killed after she was shot outside a pub in Main Road. The suspect was known to Lisa, and later that evening, officers found his car abandoned on the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. Inquiries established he had fallen into the water below. At around 3:45 p.m. on Friday the 7th of March, a body was located near Rainham, Essex. Formal identification has not yet taken place. However, the man's family have been informed. Last week, an inquest into Smith's murder found that she died after a fatal gunshot wound to the neck. A full inquest into her death will be heard in September. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.